Welcome back to Hydrohaven. Today, I'm sharing a powerful soil revival formula passed down through generations in Amish communities that transformed my depleted raised beds in just one growing season. Let's dive straight into this remarkable method that can bring even the most lifeless soil back to vibrant productivity. The traditional Amish soil revival recipe. Here's the exact soil amendment recipe that Amish gardeners use to bring dead soil back to life. For a standard 4 by 8 foot raised bed, gather 5 gallons of mature compost, preferably containing aged manure, 2 gallons of deciduous forest soil gathered from beneath healthy hardwood trees, 1 cup of blackstrap molasses, 1 cup of organic cornmeal, half a cup of wood ash, not charcoal ash, a quarter cup of Epsom salts, 5 crushed eggshells, and 2 gallons of straw or partially decomposed leaves. Begin by thoroughly mixing the compost and forest soil. This creates your biological inoculant base. The forest soil contains thousands of beneficial fungi, bacteria, and microarthropods that will recolonize your raised bed. Next, dissolve the molasses in 2 gallons of non-chlorinated water. Rainwater is ideal, then mix in the cornmeal, wood ash, Epsom salts, and crushed eggshells. This creates a nutrient activation solution that feeds both the existing soil biology and the new microorganisms you're introducing. Activating the soil revival mixture. At the heart of the Amish method is a carefully balanced soil amendment recipe that combines readily available ingredients in specific proportions. For a standard 4 by 8 foot raised bed, you'll need 5 gallons of mature compost, preferably containing aged manure, 2 gallons of deciduous forest soil gathered from beneath healthy hardwood trees, 1 cup of blackstrap molasses, 1 cup of organic cornmeal, half a cup of wood ash, not charcoal ash, a quarter cup of Epsom salts, 5 crushed eggshells, and 2 gallons of straw or partially decomposed leaves. Begin by thoroughly mixing the compost and forest soil. This creates your biological inoculant base. The forest soil contains thousands of beneficial fungi, bacteria, and microarthropods that will recolonize your raised bed. Next, dissolve the molasses in 2 gallons of non-chlorinated water. Rainwater is ideal, then mix in the cornmeal, wood ash, Epsom salts, and crushed eggshells. Pour this solution evenly over your combined compost and forest soil mixture, mixing thoroughly until it reaches the consistency of a damp sponge. Cover this mixture with a damp cloth and allow it to activate in a shaded location for 3 to 5 days, mixing once daily. During this period, beneficial microorganisms multiply exponentially, creating a living soil amendment far more powerful than any of the ingredients alone. This activation step is what separates the Amish method from simply adding compost and amendments directly to the soil. Application method and timing for maximum effectiveness. The application technique proves just as important as the recipe itself. Rather than simply spreading the mixture on top of your raised beds, the Amish employ a systematic integration approach. Begin by loosening your existing soil with a garden fork to a depth of 8 to 12 inches, being careful not to invert the layers. The goal is to create channels for the new biology to penetrate without disrupting whatever beneficial soil structure remains. Spread your activated mixture in a 1 to 2 inch layer across the loosened soil surface, then use a garden fork to gently incorporate it into the top 4 to 6 inches using a rocking motion rather than turning. This preserves soil horizons while ensuring the biological inoculant makes contact with existing soil. Finally, top the bed with the straw or partially decomposed leaves as a protective mulch layer. For optimal results, apply this treatment in early spring, at least 2 to 3 weeks before planting, or in fall after the growing season ends. This timing allows the biological processes to establish before plants compete for resources. In severely depleted beds, consider leaving the bed unplanted for 1 month after treatment, applying only water when the soil begins to dry out. This soil sabbatical allows the microbiology to establish robust networks before supporting plant growth. 2 weeks after applying the main amendment, the Amish follow up with a mineral-building tea that accelerates the soil revival process. To make this tea, combine 1 gallon of compost, 2 tablespoons of blackstrap molasses, 1 tablespoon of seaweed meal, or 2 crushed kelp tablets, and a quarter cup of worm castings in a 5-gallon bucket filled with non-chlorinated water. Cover the bucket with a breathable cloth and stir vigorously for 5 minutes twice daily for 3 days. This creates an oxygen-rich environment that favors beneficial aerobic microorganisms. After 3 days, strain the liquid through an old pillowcase or fine mesh strainer and apply it to your beds using a watering can, diluting it to a ratio of 1:5 with water. This tea delivers readily available minerals and another dose of beneficial microorganisms that further accelerate the soil building process. Apply this tea once before planting and again when plants are half grown for maximum benefit. The Amish method includes planting specific soil-building crops during the first season after treatment. These plants work synergistically with the soil amendments to accelerate the restoration process. For spring application, dedicate at least 1/3 of your raised bed to a mixture of daikon radish, field peas, and buckwheat. These plants perform different soil-building functions. Daikon breaks up compaction with deep taproots, field peas fix nitrogen through root nodules, and buckwheat excels at making phosphorus available while attracting beneficial insects. Rather than harvesting these plants, cut them at soil level when they begin flowering, and leave the roots in place while using the tops as additional mulch. This technique, called chop and drop, returns maximum organic matter to the soil while leaving the beneficial root structures and their associated microbiology intact. The following season, you'll find dramatically improved soil where these plants grew, with effects spreading throughout the entire raised bed through fungal networks that redistribute nutrients. Long-term maintenance to prevent future soil death. Once you've revived your soil using the Amish method, maintaining its health requires much less effort than the initial restoration. The Amish practice of continuous feeding prevents the boom and bust cycle that leads to soil death. After each harvest, add a thin layer about 1/2 inch of compost mixed with a handful of cornmeal to the bed surface. Cover this with a light mulch of straw, leaves, or grass clippings, allowing natural decomposition processes to incorporate these materials over time. Practice crop rotation within your raised beds, avoiding planting the same family of vegetables in the same location for at least 3 years. The Amish maintain detailed rotation records, understanding that different plant families have different effects on soil microbiology. Additionally, dedicate 10 to 15% of your raised bed space each season to soil-building crops like clover, alfalfa, or vetch. Water management plays a crucial role in maintaining soil health after revival. The Amish prefer deep, infrequent watering that encourages roots to grow downward rather than shallow, frequent watering that promotes surface rooting and faster organic matter breakdown. Apply water slowly enough to avoid runoff, and consider adding a tablespoon of molasses to your watering can once monthly during the growing season to provide ongoing food for soil microorganisms. Adapting the Amish method for different climates and conditions. While the core Amish soil revival principles remain consistent, smart gardeners adjust the specific recipe based on their climate and conditions. In hot, arid regions, increase the carbon component, straw or leaves, by 50% to help retain moisture and protect soil life from excessive heat. In cool, damp climates, reduce the carbon material and increase cornmeal to provide more readily available energy for slower metabolizing microorganisms. For raised beds with suspected fungal diseases, modify the recipe by substituting the forest soil with an equal amount of compost from a different source, and add 2 cups of horsetail tea, which is made by steeping dried horsetail in water for 24 hours, to the activation mix. The high silica content in horsetail helps plants develop stronger cell walls that resist fungal penetration. If your soil testing indicates specific mineral deficiencies, the Amish formula can accommodate targeted additions. For calcium deficiency, add 1 cup of crushed oyster shell to the base recipe. For potassium deficiency, include 1 cup of crushed granite dust or green sand. Real results. What to expect from your revived soil. When properly implemented, the Amish soil revival method produces remarkable results within 1 growing season. Most gardeners notice dramatic improvements within 4 to 8 weeks, including darker soil color, crumbly texture, increased earthworm activity, and improved water absorption. Plants grown in revived soil typically show deeper green foliage, stronger stem development, and noticeably higher yields, often 30 to 50% increases compared to previous seasons in depleted soil. The true test of soil health comes in subsequent years, as truly revived soil continues to improve without intensive inputs. By the second season, you should need significantly less water and fertilizer while maintaining or improving yields. The soil ecosystem becomes increasingly self-regulating, with natural predators keeping pest populations in check and symbiotic relationships ensuring efficient nutrient cycling between plants and soil organisms. We'd love to hear your experiences with this Amish soil revival method. Share your before and after photos in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to Hydrohaven for more heritage gardening techniques that combine traditional wisdom with modern understanding. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming series on season-specific soil amendments that complement this revival method. Until next time, remember that dead soil is just dormant soil waiting for the right conditions to come back to life.